Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning, sir.
I was just scanning the charts looking for a couple of trades here. I don't normally trade on Mondays because they're just really kind of bizarre days. But I have to drive my daughter back to college tomorrow, so I won't be here tomorrow morning. Let's see what we have here. So I'm just kind of fishing around. Um, how was your weekend?
Yeah, fine, thanks, Lou.
Yeah, great. I spent quite a bit of the weekend in the sauna myself.
Oh,
I
look
also
at
call
you.
that the garden.
Oh, okay. Um,
I'm practicing the violin by the sounds of
I know.
Yeah,
it.
I wish. That's actually a gal named Hillary Hahn, Hahn. She's dynamite.
The only trade I saw here that I liked was this pound dollar because we were above. Yeah, it was a pretty good setup, pretty much an A setup, and we have plenty of room left. And we made this quadruple bottom down here.
Hmm.
So I don't. Well, you can never tell, but I don't believe price is coming back here anytime soon. But this is Monday and it's the summer, so this is going to take a long time to go anywhere.
Yeah.
We're looking at about 5 pips on the average candle, I would say. That's five. Let's take a little one here just to throw it in from the height. That's a four. That's an eight. So I'd say about 5 pips per candle, give or take. So, and that 5 pips per candle doesn't mean they stack on top of each other either, because all these guys were sideways here. You see all these piano keys we have here. The rest of the week, I want to be fairly aggressive. I kind of worked on that trade management thing over the weekend. I went back and looked at a lot of what I did, and you can call everything dead on, but if you don't manage it correctly, it's just as good as making a wrong call.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, that pound dollar's a flagpole with a flag, isn't it?
oh yeah, damn sure is, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not like a crystal clear thing because you don't have that. You got a little bit of a bear flag here, not not a
Yeah,
great one.
the flag isn't perfect, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, that's Picasso's got his paintbrushes out and he's doing his thing today.
Mm. And it's right at the 0 0, so you're going to have a lot of messing around anyway. So
Right. But as I said, this was the best looking of the bunch. And if I remember going out to the 1 hour, we had this would be the third of the three candle push up. So I felt, this would be a fairly decent move. They've got some suit and tie talking at 9 o'clock. Um, oh no, I don't want a new order. I want to see what this one is doing.
well, it's moving up.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm gonna try to get all this back like $100 at a time, basically.
Pound's quite strong at the top of the CSM there.
Yeah, it is. Let's let's go back to the 5 and take a look. The 1 hour can't really see anything. That's coming back. I wonder what this hit up here.
It hit some pretty severe resistance.
Well, it hit this high, this close here, I should say.
Also, it's kind of like a supply zone too.
Oh, wait, let me go back to the 5 and take a look at where that is on the 5.
Well, if you go to the 15 and shrink it up, you'll see exactly what I mean.
You mean in this area here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of tough there. I can see that.
That's kind of like eating too much cheese over the weekend and then Monday morning, you know.
Well, that's what I did, yeah. Well, I ate enough cheese to be satisfied anyway.
Okay.
Whoa, that screen's flashing like hell.
Yeah.
Let's
It is
bring
not
this
sure
over
why.
here, and I'll take the $100.
There you go. Yeah, I've noticed this summer. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention before, but you know, I mean, things move in fits and spurts.
I know.
Most of the time, they're just sitting there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Look at all these piano keys in here.
Yeah.
I mean, this was a sign that we were going to, wow, that we were going to get a breakout.
Yeah.
My long-term target on this was about 30 pips away. Oh, it's gone. Okay, well, all right. But that's where my long-term target was, way out there. Let me go back here. My long-term target was this high, this close rather.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to get back. You know, these are recovery trades that I'm doing now. So I'm trying to go with a full lot and grab 10 pips at a clip, and then eventually, you know, get it all back and then go back into the dailies and all the other stuff. I saw a really nice daily setup that's like a textbook I just wanted to show you when I was looking at this stuff the other day. This is daily, wasn't pound CAD. Oh, here it is. Here where we have at least 2 to 3 candles in one direction, and then you get this inside bar. That's your perfect setup right there. A entry above and an entry below. That's the perfect couple of bars and then a nice inside bar, nice small bar. That's primo. That's grade A. Here's another grade A right here. This is another grade A. It's an inside bar after 2 or 3 in a row. You get the inside bar, and you have an entry above and an entry below. And in the vast, vast majority of the cases, only one of those will kick in. But I just wanted you to see that. Oh, go ahead.
In the case of that particular one, would you like
This
maybe make half size for a short?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because normally, if I'm going to go against the trend, I don't want to risk as much. You know what I'm saying? Here's another good one right here. You got 2 or 3 in a row, and then you got that inside bar, and boom, you're triggered right in there, and it's like an easy 100 pips. And that's really what you're looking for, is like that nice 100 pip move. Here's another one here. We have 2 of the same and an inside bar. Excuse me. Again, you see only one side of the order got triggered, and that was the easy 100 pips. But that's the primo. That's the one like, ooh, I want that trade. I want that trade. I want that trade. Here's one that's not quite an inside bar, but it's got enough going on in it that I would take a shot at this. But I would, you know, drop my lot size down. I would prefer that this wick were underneath this one, but it is a twin tower. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a little bitty twin tower, and that's what I'm seeing there. So I just wanted you to see what the Primo. Um, did I turn the recorder on?
Yes.
Oh, yes, I did. Wow, there's going to be a lot of silence in the beginning of this.
I wonder if the flashes will come through too, because it's flashing like crazy. If anybody was watching that has, subject to seizures, they'd be out, they'd be gone already.
Oh boy, didn't realize it was doing that.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy.
It'll be interesting to watch the video. When did you start?
A little after 8:30, my routine is to make my wife breakfast, get her showered and dressed, and wait for the van to pick her up. Then
Mhm.
walk the dog, and then come back and start. So everything got pushed 10 minutes out this morning.
Yeah.
So I guess about 8:35, 8:40 maybe. And I must have turned the recorder on just by reflex. My intent was just to sit here and just take a couple of trades and nickel and dime uh, the account back, or just recovery trades, as I say,
Uh-huh.
because you can always get your losses back. They're always, always, always. Um, why did I close that again? And let's go pound CAD. I haven't seen Tony around in a while, or Rob. I want to ask them to do a bit of programming.
Just send them a PM in Skype.
Yeah, I will. I'm liking this, but this has to do its thing. And Euro Yen are sitting right on top of each other today. Let me close this. I forget which broker I have my Crisoto set up on.
Yeah,
Uh,
the screen's flashing so much, I'm starting to feel like Malcolm
gee,
McDowell.
I don't have a lot of stuff on either.
Yeah. Who knows? I bet it doesn't come through in the video though.
It may not.
But I'm thinking of that scene in Clockwork Orange where Malcolm McDowell's got his eyes propped open.
I have to watch it. I've never seen that whole movie all the
Oh
way through.
gosh, I mean that's so out of it, Lou. I'm
I know.
surprised.
I know. There are a few movies a couple of people told me about that were, by their opinion, very, very interesting, but I just never saw them. But I mean, my life was such a like I've never seen. No, let me take that back. Maybe I've seen three entire episodes of Friends.
Well, I
You
mean,
know what I mean? And that's like one of the all-time greats. But I was working double shifts at the time and all that kind of nonsense when I was in the construction business. So
yeah,
there's a lot of stuff I just didn't see that I've heard about.
that was not one that I focused in on myself.
All right, now this is giving me something that I like. I'm just gonna pop that there.
Although Lisa Kudrow gets me going, so.
Is that the one that's doing the psychiatrist thing on HBO?
Have you seen that? That's great, isn't it?
Isn't it funny? Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's called WebMD or something like
Right,
that,
right, right.
or Web something. Yeah, something. Oh yeah, that's their little 8 minute, 6 8 minute vignettes. She's a web psychologist, and it ends up always being all about her instead of her clients.
Hey, I know. I know she needs more help. I got fired from a place because of someone like that. I was a counselor at a group home, and the group homes were set up. There would be a home of all boys and a home of all girls,
Uh,
and they came from all kinds of just really tough situations in their life. Parents with drugs and divorced and fighting and assaults and crime and you know sexual abuse and all that. So my job essentially was to sort of teach them how to blend into society as normally as possible. And I would teach everything from how to make a hard-boiled egg to how to go to landlord-tenant court. and I was assigned to this one particular girls' home. And there's a term, and I can't. I'm a mandated reporter, I think is what the term was, where I had permission if I saw something I didn't think was kosher. I had full permission to file a report and even go to the police if necessary. So I'm in this group home, and a couple of the girls start saying, why is the now they're always very careful about a man in a group home because these girls are abused and they've got father figure issues, and some guy comes in halfway talking some sense, they tend to emotionally lean on him, and it could open the door for improper sexual contact. So they're
Yeah.
always careful. And they knew I was married, stable, and blah blah blah. And they met me and talked to me, and they figured I was cool. So I go in, and I had daughters. So I go in, and I'm talking with them, and a couple of girls are saying, why is this one particular girl getting more attention from the group home supervisor than the others? And this girl, she got new curtains in her windows, and she got new mattress and blah blah blah. So I don't think much of it because I know in those situations there's a lot of survival instincts kicking in. So they're all trying to get in the good graces of the group home supervisor.
Dancing for their daddy.
Yeah. So to make a well, there were no men were allowed to be group home supervisors, by the way, in a
Mhm.
girl's home. Only women. Now, in a man's home, they would have women there in certain capacities. Okay, in a young man's home, I should say. But they would almost never have a man running a women's group home unless he was married and his wife was there also. That would be the deal. So there was this one particular girl that had been in the group home system for 8 years and never got a social security card. So I'm saying, wait, whoa, 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 back up a minute. And the Catholic Church has more connections than anything else in the world. They're worse than the mafia, how far they can reach into things. And I'm saying, you've been here all this time and you don't have a social security card. Something's wrong. So I said, look, let's go to the Social Security office tomorrow. I want you to explain your story to one of the supervisors there, and then we'll try to sort this out because I thought maybe someone in the agency had dropped the ball.
Uh-huh.
Make a long story short, now again, I was a new hire. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to take them in my car anywhere, ever, at any point in time for any reason. I had no idea. So, what saved me in that particular situation was the fact that when they went through their paperwork, in part of my orientation and training, that particular section of it was never given to me, which I thought was interesting. That you can't do that. And I understand why. I mean, you get a girl alone in a car, all kinds of things can happen. But I was more curious as to why the agency was letting her down. So to add insult to injury, uh, the same woman that all this suspicious conversation was going over used that as a means to try to get me out of that group home. And to make a long story short, she tried to say that there was some sexual improprieties going on when the fact of the matter was that she was having an affair with one of the girls there.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because she was a lesbian.
Yeah.
And so, but you know how it is, how we naturally think of certain things. So you figure, okay, it's a guy. They hear about sexual impropriety in one of the group homes, and they automatically figure it's a guy. Oh, the
Mhm.
man is doing something to some of the girls.
Yeah.
And the end of the story was the police had to come and kick the door down in this Catholic. It was the Catholic churches where the home was centered.
Yeah.
They were allowed access into the church, but the area where they had the group home, they had to kick that supervisor's door down because she had barricaded herself in the room once all the truth came out. So it was
Ah,
kind of a weird reverse discrimination sort of thingy,
sure.
um, where they thought it was the fox in the hen house when it was actually the mother hen.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah,
That could
it's a weird
that
world
that
we
kind
live
of
in.
stuff is scary, Lou, because I mean, all a woman or a girl has to do is say, whatever, and it's kind of like you've got the burden of proof to prove it's not true.
Correct.
Because if you're going to spend some time in the Huskow, and that's almost a given.
Yeah. Well, they've been through it enough times that they can sort out the nonsense from the reality.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of headache that you may not want to go through.
Hmm.
I'll go right there with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to, shortly after I got divorced about 15 years ago, I had extra room in the house, so I rented out a couple of rooms and occasionally to women. And, that was always kind of in the back of my mind, but nothing bad ever happened that way. But there's another story about some manic depressive chick that stopped taking her meds I'll get into some other time.
Yeah, that's always a headache.
Yeah.
The thing with the meds, because part of it was like I wasn't supposed to know who was on meds and who wasn't, but kind of wink, wink. We need to let you know this is how I got the information. This is like be careful around Karen because she's bipolar and she's sometimes doesn't take her meds, and when she doesn't, she can be this, that, and the other thing. So there's a lot of confidentiality breaches that went on there that were, I guess, for the sake of everyone's safety. But it also taught me how a lot of things weren't as always as cut and dry as they seem on the surface. My favorite person there was one of the nuns because she reminded me of the preacher in On the Waterfront, the
Oh,
minister on the Waterfront.
I haven't seen that in a
Oh,
decade.
oh, okay, but you have seen it. Yeah, so like the pastor walks in a bar and has a cigarette and a drink. I mean, that's the world they live in. But this
Yeah.
nun was telling us, a number of these people that are in these group homes are drug dealers, and their being in the group home offers a very convenient cover because, oh no, this is a group home kid and blah blah blah, and he's kind of like got this cloud of the Catholic Church surrounding him and all that sort of thing. And I remember her saying, that the one thing we don't mind, we understand where they come from because we get the information we need before we place them in a bed here in this facility. But we make it crystal clear to them, you don't shit where you eat. I'm saying, go ahead, Sister Smith. You know,
she,
keeping it
she
real.
she actually said that, huh?
Absolutely, yep.
Yeah.
And she said a lot of stuff like that, but she understood the population she was dealing with.
Mm.
And, in order to get your point across, you have to speak their language, which may not necessarily be biblical. Her
Also,
job was
that's
to
not
be
a biblical
effective.
term.
Yeah, her job was to be effective. It wasn't to be, biblically correct.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Yeah. I, with that, uh, with that gal that stopped taking the drugs, in fact, I've been thinking about writing about this because I almost ended up, I had to lure her to mental health. I mean, that once she started going wild, I, started the eviction process because
Mm,
I couldn't just tell her to leave, and change the keys because, it was in California and you can't do that. Anyway, so, uh, I I had other roommates too, so everybody was just getting sick of it.
mm,
And so one day I turned the tables on her. I said, well, her name is Brennan. I said, I don't know. I've been feeling pretty confused here. Maybe I should go down to mental health. What do you think? And she goes, oh yeah. And she starts giving me all this advice. So her and I and the roommate Dave head down there. She you know, so we get down there and I said, well, I don't know what to do. Should you sign in or something? She goes, no, you need to sign in. So okay, just to keep her there, I signed in. The gal comes in to do the interview, and the three of us are in her room, and she goes, okay, Mr. Warren, what's the problem? I go, it's not me, it's her. She goes, okay, well, you're the one that signed in, so I'm here to find out what's going on. So then she had the other two leave the room. So I figured, well, I can explain this to her, but the hole just kept getting deeper. It's kind of like she didn't believe me.
Mm.
And I started thinking about One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I'm going, oh shit. And finally, Dave poked his head in the room and he goes, it's not him, lady, it's the girl. And she goes, oh, okay. And that was it. And I was sitting there going, holy crap.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah. Anyways, finally it sussed itself out, but I'm not going to tell you the punchline because you got to read the book.
That's good sales pitch there. Oh, so yeah, so the other thing that happened with the same agency, if the young men and women in the group home, if they did their homework, if they did their chores in the house, if their behavior was okay, they were given an allowance, which we call the stipend.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have to go out and check with the group supervisor, the home supervisor, and say, okay, who gets a stipend this week, who doesn't? So I had about I don't know, $1,200. I went to the different group homes, and I only had to disperse about 400 of it. So I had about $800 to put back in the at the office. Now, some of these kids, at one time, no one showed up with the key to let us in, and one of the girls, said, "Look, Mr. Cooper, I can get us in. You just gotta, don't say nothing." And she pulled a little tool or something out of her pocket, and she picked a lock and got us in the damn building. So I knew that these kids had some skills of some sort. So we always used to say, if we can't meet to give each other the envelope with the money in it, we had a specific place where we hid the money in the office. And even if they broke in the office with all the stuff that's in an office, there's no way you would single out that one particular manila envelope. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I put the money in the designated spot. Now, my supervisor had a lifestyle that was such that she needed to be in that damn group home herself. She was just all over the damn place. She needed to be in there herself. And I remember her telling me a week before how she was 2 months behind on her rent. She was at like $800 in the hole and didn't know what she was going to do, blah, blah, blah. And I'm listening to be polite. I'm not offering any solutions because sometimes the best way to help is just to listen.
Yeah.
And I let it go. And I get a call the following morning. Said, "Mr. Cooper, did you put the money at the designated place?" I said, "Of course I did." Can't think of her name, Miss Braxton, something with a B. I'll say Braxton for now. I said, "Of course, Miss Braxton, I put it, at the same place we've always put it." She said, "Well, it's missing, Mr. Cooper. The money's gone. Are you positive?" I said, "I'm absolutely positive." Then it hit me like a ton of bricks after she said, "Well, I wouldn't worry so much about it because you know the money is insured." Then it hit me like a ton of bricks. She's $800 behind in her rent. There was a little over $800 in that envelope. No one knew where it was except she and I. So guess what? That money became her rent payment. And I took the fall for it because I was the
Really?
last one that anyone knows of that had physical control of that envelope. And I let them take it out of my pay until it was all recouped. Because I was, going to do the honorable thing, and I wasn't going to rat out my supervisor because she never said it. I know she took the money. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And after that day, and after that day, she never mentioned being behind on the rent the rest of that month. So I knew she took the money.
So what happened to you?
Well, they recouped all the money out of my check, which I said, no, go ahead and do it. It's okay. It wasn't, it took like 4 or 5 checks to get it all, but uh, then this is where I really screwed up. She came into the office with several of us and handed us some papers. Said, listen, we're supposed to have our quarterly meetings and all that, but things are kind of jammed up. So just sign the form, the quarterly meeting form, and then we'll go over the details later. So I signed essentially a blank form that she was going to use to make her job assessment on of me. And now I have no idea what she wrote. But all of a sudden, I'm being asked to end my relationship with that organization. Okay. So I think because she knew I was pissed off about her taking the rent money or taking the stipend money to use to pay her rent. You follow
Wow.
what I'm saying?
Mm.
So, and I'm the only one that really had an idea and blah, blah, blah. And I was rocking the boat a little bit on a couple of other issues, just about, why aren't the other people here following up on some of this paperwork for some of these kids? And it's one of those weird kind of things where the more kids they have, the bigger the chunk from the government they get.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to have too many empty beds, and kids were staying there longer than was, really necessary.
Mm.
Um, it's just a whole mess. Um, just another interesting chapter in my
Indeed.
life is what that is.
I was managing uh, basically it was a halfway house for a while, and it was an apartment building. Adults, most of them were assigned by the courts. They had to, live there. And that wasn't really too bad.
Hmm.
Um, Nothing. Yeah, I guess. I mean, there was some other things, but that went on with the actual owner, the guy that I I was there. The reason I got there is the guy that owned the place, who was an ex-druggie himself. Uh, he he taught me two things. One of my favorite expressions is don't don't piss down my neck and tell me it's raining.
Mm.
The other thing was is that even somebody that's been clean for 2.5 or 3 years can't be trusted fully. And so that ended up, I don't know, it cost me $25,000.
Wow.
Yeah, but I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, I ended up suing him. I got you know, I forget. But anyways, I went to, I got a judgment, and he paid me $300 a month for about 4 or 5 months, and then it just kind of
Oh,
stopped.
that wasn't so bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, so I got back 1,000 of that money, but it's a bad investment. Anyways, what does that have to do with trading? Not freaking things.
No, it doesn't.
No.
But it helps pass the time,
Yeah.
and it's better than being just kind of zeroed in on all the chart activity, because that's sometimes where I get a little bit distracted.
Yeah. I know I can look at the charts and say I don't see anything, then I start making things up.
Yeah. How well I know that. Let's go back to pound. Oh, pound is giving us something now.
Yeah, you did well to close that pound dollar trade when you did.
Yep. Ah, come on. I got this other thing open. One. I just want to put this over here. Oh, shit. I'm just right. I'm at my margin on this because I'm doing two standard lots. I forgot about the size of the account.
Oh, yeah.
So I've got $322 in movement here. Let me just see if I can get a little profit out of this, and then I'll close them both. Yeah, that's what that red stripe is that you've got uh, an unsafe amount of margin left. And to trade one, what this must be costing me about 2,100 for that pound dollar.
For standard lot, that's 36. Whoa, wait a minute. It can't be. Euro dollars, 26. Huh, interesting. So your margin should be
Oh, and my
53.
margin's only $315.
Yeah, your free margin, but I mean, the margin used should be 5,200, no, 6,200.
I don't know what a standard lot on this particular broker is. I haven't gone through that math.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at I mean, I'm in the pound dollar myself, and uh, the number is 360. Yeah, I mean, it's not a full lot, but uh,
So,
that's the rate is well, on a full lot it would be 3,600. So I don't know why on yours it's different, 'cause this is FXCM too.
um,
Okay, I've got
I can go in and just check the math. I thought I put oh, that wasn't euro yen, euro dollar and pound dollar. And I'm still in euro dollar short and pound dollar long, which is the wrong way to be on because they both generally move in the same direction.
okay, I'm going to drop the current chart rate in the Skype room that I
Okay.
recorded on 6:15.
So what I
And
want to do, I want to drop one of these, and the one that I'm going to drop uh, will be the euro dollar because this has a cleaner look. It's stronger. So I want to go back and just drop the euro dollar at the smallest, and this is a sell. So I want to drop this one. And, oh, come on. I'll come back down to 24. I'll close it there. I'll take that small. I got out of that just in time. Now let's go to pound dollar. You understand how this had a better look
sure,
being above? So I took the small loss on the other, and I'll make it up on this one.
wow. So it says 2,400. Look at this. Well, when you get a chance, look, I dropped that thing
Oh, you did. Oh, wait, let me go take a peek. Where'd you drop it in the
in the newer Skype room.
the Pip Factory? Okay.
Yeah.
Which broker is this from?
FXCM.
I've never found this on their site. So current is $24. And now what is this current and new?
Oh, okay. So on 420, well, after the Swissy thing, they changed it to the number on the left, which is the current, and then on 615, they changed it to the number on the right.
Oh, okay. So very few of them have changed actually. The pound pairs have all gone up a little bit. So
Yeah, the
one
pound,
one so pound dollar is 3,600 for a standard lot
that's what it says
at
on there,
51.
and euro dollars would be 2,600.
Okay, yeah, so I'm trading. I believe this is a 100-to-1 account.
Mm, FXCM.
Yeah. Oh no, this was still tied to the. I gotta take that copy connection off.
Uh-huh.
Um, but this is telling me 2,400 for the pound, so it's probably registering uh, the margin from the Forex Broker Inc. is what I'm gathering. It's what I'm assuming here.
Mm, well, I'm in the pound too, and it's the number's 36. That's what Trader got open. So, anyways, I'm not sure what the difference might be.
Yeah, I'll figure that out. All right, but I bailed on the euro dollar because euro and pound generally move the same way, and I went short here, I believe, on a signal I saw, and didn't pay attention to my pound dollar. Again, that goes into management, another management mental error. So I see that I just need to get my focus right. 'Cause everything else I've been hitting it on the head. It's just in how I manage it. I should not have even been in that euro trade, and this was the better looking of the two. So that part I'm okay with.
Mm-hmm.
And we just got to wait for this slow crawl back up to here. Let me see, how far is this up to here? 10 pips. Well, and we've only got 56 pips in out of 121 from Friday, which is about the average. So let me put a stop in. And that's 12. I'm making 15, add 3 for the spread, which is more than I really like. But that spread was my nemesis last week.
Lou, could you drop last Friday's video into the YouTube, please?
Okay. I didn't know I didn't, but let me double check.
When you get a chance. I missed last Friday, so I wanted to catch up on it. That's all.
Oh, it's non-farms. It was nothing particularly spectacular, but there was some
Oh, right. Okay. Yep.
some interesting jumps in the price.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Michael had important engagement at the pub.
ah, when I'm done with this, then I'll throw it in. That's
Yeah,
what
that's
it
fine,
is.
Lou. Thank you. Yeah, yeah.
Right,
I'll watch it.
because I have to open up the folder, but this is open too at the
Yeah.
moment. Get a close order. Get up there. Get up there. Get up there. Get up there. Get up there.
You might get a tap on the high again at 14.
Well, no, I took the other $100.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just doing $100 at a time, 10 pips at a time.
Yeah.
And again, that's what I said I was going to do. That's what I'm going to do, and that's how you fix a problem. And you're
There
right.
you go.
Yeah, I didn't doubt what you were saying.
Yep.
But management,
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. You're looking at it from a different perspective from me. That's all. So
right?
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I have to
Yep.
fix that issue I had with management,
Yep.
where I'd say, okay, I'm going to do this at this point, and then
Yep.
when it gets there, I don't do it.
Yep. Yep.
So I got to fix that first, because I know I can see the charts.
Yep.
But like I said, you can seeing the charts and not managing the trade right is just as good as a bad trade.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Same
yeah.
damn thing. So you are correct. It was going to hit this high, and this is what the target I had out here for it anyway. So
Yep. Yep.
so now I can just wait for a nice pullback, and just keep. As I said, you can always get those bad trades back, and it was the trade that fucked up, not you. That's how I look at it. I hired a bunch of pips to go out and bring more pips back.
Yeah.
Those pips failed, so they're all fired. I'm going to do a Donald Trump on them. You're fired.
Yeah. Okay.
Dear.
Is that like it's not my fault?
No,
Okay.
because that's what I hired the pips to do,
Yeah, yeah.
which
Let's see.
kind of is my fault, but it feels better saying it the other way.
Eh.
But also, you don't tie your self-esteem to the outcome of the trade. That was another big issue.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. I get that.
Yeah,
And you gave your broker the benefit of the doubt because sometimes it's his fault as well.
right. But there are too many people making money at this Forex thing, and in spite of the slippage, in spite of the off quotes, in spite of the spread, in spite of the broker playing games, it's just that my personal belief is that once you find a way of trading that kind of takes a lot of that out of your trading plan, then you can actually trade comfortably and make some money.
Yeah, and the broker makes a big difference to that, doesn't he?
It can make a difference.
Because I have to say, hearing what you guys suffer with and seeing what you guys suffer with the likes of FXCM, I have nothing like that on Pepperstone, for example.
Yeah, I just can't get a Pepperstone. Well, I could get a Pepperstone account from one of my friends, but
Yeah, I maybe about 4, so I wanted to get showered.
oh, I thought that was Daryl speaking to us. Yeah, I want to get a Pepperstone account, and I have to work. Oh, I have a friend that does have a Pepperstone account. I'm spoken to him the other day. I need
Yeah,
to
Neo
send him some
has
money.
Neo uses Pepperstone.
Neo?
Neo, yeah.
Oh, from the Wakers
Yeah,
room
Neo
or
in the
whatever.
Wakers room. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I saw an indicator for sale for $37 that did all the bats and all that other stuff. And I asked him, is it worth buying? Because I always take a small percentage of my profits and reinvest it in books or systems or whatever I can find, or in swaps. And it got into a much longer conversation than I thought it would. I just needed a yes or no. So this is shaping up for a nice pullback here. I'm going to stick with this pound, and if I get a decent setup on the next trade, I'm going to use the 18 to trail out, and I'll just live with the pullbacks. Let's close this.
So that indicator, huh?
What indicator?
Well, you know, it draws bats and stuff like that.
Yeah, I posted the link to the sales page, and because it's only
You don't have to pay for
$37.
that, Lou. You can get that for free anyway.
No, well, I know that, but I collect stuff. This is,
Oh, right, okay.
you know
Yeah.
what I mean? I don't, play chess or throw a frisbee or with the dog and all that. So this is my hobby.
I can't remember the name of the website, but there's a website that posts all that stuff for free.
Oh, there are dozens of them.
No,
Dozens.
I mean the guys that do the harmonic stuff. That's what I mean.
Oh yeah.
I don't bother with it because I don't use harmonics. I mean,
Yeah,
so
I don't either, but I've been taking a few minutes here and there to study it and just to see if it's anything that can fit into what
yeah.
I'm doing. But it's not anything I want to get into at the moment.
Mm,
But I collect.
yeah.
So for $37, I throw it in the collection. The only reason I asked them was that if it was something that is readily available for free, then I'd rather put the $37 into something else and
Mm,
go grab a free one.
mm,
But I didn't know if that one made sense. That's why I asked the experts. I don't know
yeah.
everything. So that's their room. Harmonics, that's what they do.
Yeah.
So I said, hey guys, what do you think it is? Is it worth the collecting? And got some interesting responses. I keep closing that. That's not what I mean to do. Pound CAD. Pound CAD had some nice movement, but it wasn't smooth. If I go back and look at the pound dollar, you'll see this was a little bit smoother look in everything. I didn't like this whole range thing here, but let's go to pound CAD, euro dollar.
You got out of pound dollar, right?
No, I got out of the. Yeah, I closed the pound dollar with $100, 110, $12, whatever it was.
Well, I got 12.6, so there.
Okay. Hey, it's all money.
Yep.
Now, this would have been a decent trade here too. But that's gone already. And this needs to pull back, and I could target at R1. We still got like 50 pips of range left on euro yen for the day. We've got this nice uptrend going here. So now here I need to see a pullback and then a little jump off. And this pullback should end right in this area if and when it starts. Just about there. Bring this down a little bit. So we'll see. It should wick down in here, then come back out. Then I'll come look at that. And that's euro yen. Let me put that at the top of the list so I know I'm looking at pound and euro. Okay, I don't have a pullback here that I could use. Let's go to a 1 minute, see if there's something in there. That's gone already. That would have been right in here. Oh no, I got one. Well, that's still gone too. I don't like to chase. If it's already moved more than the spread, I end up paying double spread. You know what I mean? Okay, let's move this out of the way and see if this trend line is going to hold. I could take a real aggressive bounce off this trend line. Let's just see if it actually gets down there. Come on down. Come on. Come on. Ah, you son of a gun. I'd like to see it actually hit the line. Doesn't look like it will, though.
Not now.
Nope. Gone. That's the one that has to hit it. I don't care what this one does now.
Yeah.
But this is giving me this is giving me a better pullback to use. So I could try to go back on board with that. Take this off. I don't need that. And I don't need this. And go back to the 5 minute. And we see where we are now. Okay, that's pound dollar. That's just going to be a pain in the ass. Here's our little pullback about to occur, which is good. 3 candles pullback. Let's see if it holds up in this area here somewhere. I mentioned tomorrow I'm driving my daughter back to college, so I won't be here tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Yeah, her plans changed, so I have a trip to Stony Brook. But that will allow me to go to Dave's barbecue place. And there's a local guy up there that just makes this unbelievable barbecue. Unbelievable. And I'm glad it's 2.5 hours away, 'cause I'd weigh like 800 pounds by now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've only taken one trip to New York City, and I could never live there because I'd be right behind you, probably 750 pounds.
Yeah.
It's like going on a cruise, isn't it? You put on 14 pounds a week on a cruise, don't you?
Oh, you sure could.
You got to have hellish willpower not to end up doing that.
Quite true. And the food is really they get you on all aspects of it, because you could take the greatest meal in the world, but if you present it in an ugly fashion, you won't want it.
Just a warming candle there.
Where?
Right there.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, warning candle to this one. Yes, you're right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I'm just waiting for this close here.
Yeah.
And what pair is this? This is pound dollar again. Oh, I've done that before too many times. Okay, so now we're long. That was a big spread. What did the spread jump to over there? 2.5. Wow, okay. Just looks weird. There's no volume in these candles. That's why this looks so far away.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Euro Yen. Oh, this really blew down through the where I expected it to.
Yeah.
It's bouncing off of this. Well, let's see where this candle closes. Actually, this candle could close back inside this little orange box, so I shouldn't be too quick to judge.
So that was a tough call. I mean, that's just inside of one range, inside another range, inside another range.
Over here,
Well, I mean, the whole thing. You know,
all the pairs are nasty looking today.
Yeah.
And I don't have oil on this, right? I think oil is on my other platform.
I don't think FXCM as well.
Yeah, no, these guys have oil. Oil is tanking. I just want to take a look at that.
Yeah, it was tanking. I don't know what it's doing now, but
it's
going down at the pumps here, so I'm guessing it's tanking.
Yep. Let me open this up. I have some friends that trade oil. I've been telling them to look at oil on a 1 minute chart. Yeah, that's a tank for sure.
Wow, that's a nice 1 minute chart, that is.
It is.
Wow.
It looks like this most days with oil.
I've never traded oil. I've never.
Oh, okay. But during the U.S. market, once you get this crossover back, I mean, oil doesn't give you too many fake outs. It doesn't give you too many fake outs on the overall direction once you get across.
Yeah.
Yeah, I traded it once just on a demo to see what it was like. And, 1, 2, 3s worked really, really good. I think I was trading 5 minutes. I know another guy, that's all he trades.
Yeah, a lot of people do. Yeah.
3% per trade, and if he makes 6%, he's done.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And apparently there's no spread. You see what I mean about this candle? This could close right back in here. This could close right back inside this. And now this trend line, I can bring this up here like that and see what happens. And where's our pound? This is just the summer. This is just going to be real slow to get anywhere. During the heat of during the market's high time. Let's bring this down here to bring it right to the shelf. 16 pips. I don't like it, but I'll move it up if I have to. And let's go look at Euro Yen. We should get a new candle here shortly. Let's get this out of the way. This we don't need. This was for explanation purposes only.
Did you get in the pound dollar?
Excuse me?
Did you get in the pound dollar?
I'm in the pound dollar, yeah.
Yes, that's dead.
Okay.
It's just going to be, it's just slow. I can't make it move any faster than it wants to move. Let's put a take profit out here of 10 pips also.
I'm no longer in it, but I still like it.
Yeah, well, it's only did 60 pips today, and this 121 is about its average daily range, so we've got room to the top. And this 61 won't change until we crack this high, which it just did. You see how it's pushing the box up higher?
Yeah.
Let's go back to Euro Yen. It did not close across the trend line. So perhaps the next candle on Euro Yen will close, and then maybe we'll have a bite there. Let's go back to pound. All right, pound is good. It's just creeping up there nice and slow. Not very exciting, but that's just, it's just what we have to deal with. Let's go to pound CAD. Nothing there. Nice pullback, but I'm already invested in pound. Euro's kind of a sloppy no man's land here at the moment.
Yeah.
Euro dollar, chef yen. We missed this. I marked this earlier. Again, that was more management. When you see it, but you don't take advantage of it. It's damn near as much as a bad trade. And 18 would have been a beautiful guide. Dollar yen, sloppy. Dollar CAD. I didn't look at this. This was pretty decent too. And this would be our entry here. After this close back below, there's a couple ways you can look at this.
Yeah, I got,
This pullback here in no man's land.
yeah.
Okay, but we had a nice bounce off of this. That would have been worth, with a smaller lot size.
And the next candle broke out anyway, so
Well, I don't know that. You know what I
yeah.
mean? But with
But
a
it did.
smaller lot size and this bounce,
Yeah.
you're right.
You could have had an entry at the that close of that candle, couldn't you?
At close of this candle, yes,
Yeah, yeah.
which would have been, a
Nice
better
trade.
better position. Okay, no point in looking at this. Once we get a few ticks up, I want to slide this stop all the way up to this shelf here.
Hmm.
But that could take a while.
Lou, that harmonics thing we were talking about.
Yeah.
You want to look up two websites, Trading Arsenal
Oh, I'm familiar with them, yeah.
and Core Harmonics, KOR.
Okay. Trading on Core Harmonics. I think the guy Core from the room does that.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
Right.
I think he's connected with it. He's the guy who actually comes up with these things, isn't he?
He might
Yeah.
be.
He's the guy who does the indicators for it, isn't he? He's the
Oh, I
coder.
don't know that. I don't know.
Close that. Don't need that. I just want to go to Core. No, not Core. You said Trading Arsenal is the site I used to go to all
Yeah,
the time.
Trading Arsenal, yeah, and Core Harmonics, KOR. I think you'll probably find Core Harmonics on Trading Arsenal anyway, so
Yeah.
just so you can have a look later if you're doing some research into that stuff.
TradingArsenal.com, I guess.
Yeah, I was bound to be. Yeah.
Oh, sure. I remember this site. Do I remember it? I'm automatically logged in, so I must have saved my password and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, market geometry. Yes, I'm very familiar with all this stuff.
Yeah, and you'll probably find Core Harmonics on there anyway, so
Yep, it's one of the first forums.
yeah, yeah.
But once I, get a chance to look at it and study it, then I'll see if it's something that works. This is just going to dance around. And this I'm only looking to go long. So euro and pound should move in the same direction. But I want to get a counter trade, which is the best way, but this is not going to give me a counter. Because if I'm long euro, I want to be short dollar yen and dollar chef. And those relationships haven't completely played out this year.
You don't want to be short dollar yen because it's just crazy going up. I mean, it's been hit. I think it hit 125 the other day. It's bloody madness.
Yeah. Well, when you can manipulate your currency,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A few years ago when it was back about, I don't know, where was it, 75 or something like that, and they were talking about, yeah, it's going up to 115. I'm thinking, yeah, really? Well, it sure did, didn't it?
You can see the Japanese bank coming in there at some point
Oh, sure.
because I can't imagine the US is happy with that rate.
Yeah. And the
You can
Swiss
imagine
bank,
there's a lot of talk going on between high-level bankers.
the Swiss bank's pretty active right now too. It seems.
It makes you wonder what the Swiss bank thinks, doesn't it? They did what they did, killed a load of brokers, and 3 weeks later it was the market found where it wanted to be anyway, which was right back where it was.
Yeah.
So what was the point in doing it?
I couldn't figure that out, and I haven't found any expert that could actually explain it either.
The market always finds its own level, doesn't it?
Yep.
It'll always go where it wants to go. I mean, whatever you do. So,
That's funny. We're making piano keys here. That's a good sign. So piano keys, was a precursor to a pretty decent breakout.
And that little warning candle worked there too, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
So I just dropped an indicator in the Skype room. I really like it because it doesn't take up much space. It's up right up underneath on the top left,
Okay. Let
and
me.
it gives you the daily range 5, 10, 20.
Oh, I know. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think I've got that somewhere.
I want to see what this one looks like. Cause I've got. Oh, what happened? Oh, it's Euro yen. I'm sorry. Shit. I missed. Damn it. Well, anyway, but again, we had it laid out. We knew what we wanted. Blah blah blah, and just didn't.
The only thing I don't like about it is you can't adjust the colors.
That's easy. Is that the MQ4? No, that's the EX4.
It's EX, unfortunately. I'm looking
Yeah.
right now. I don't think I have the EN. I mean the MQ4.
MQ4. Once I see it, damn it.
No, I don't have the MQ4. You don't need it in the folder to make it work, but
Right, right. I should have gone to 1 minute here. This I think would have been about 10 pips, right? Yeah, 16 easy.
More than that, yeah.
um,
But we're making a nice little shelf here too, so it seems like moving my stop loss up here after a bit would be a pretty decent thing. I just need to see this get a little higher. But again, we called it. It didn't stop dead on in this box as I projected, but we knew that the pullback was coming and we wanted to break
Yeah.
the pullback and we got it.
Mm.
It was Daryl's fault.
it was.
Yeah, for telling me to look in the Skype room or whatever. And I'm just teasing. I had opportunities to pull the trigger earlier, but I was.
Well,
Your turn to be the whipping boy this week, Daryl.
Yeah, I know.
well, I'll default to my favorite line from I think the movie was Fridays, and my favorite line from there is, "I don't give a fuck."
Oh
How
man.
much profit you got in that GU trade, Lou?
Probably just a spread, I think.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
A whopping 1.4 pips.
Oh, wow. Don't spend it all at once.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like it looks like something, but because each candle only has 4 or 5 pips in it,
Yeah.
it's not much to write home about. And it takes forever. Look how long we've been in this to get 1 pip profit.
Yeah.
That's
But with
just
that lot size, is it 1.4 or was it 14?
1.4.
Oh, it was 1.4. Okay.
Right. Wasn't 14. It's 1.4.
Okay.
And this is 1.8. This is 2.7, 2.3
Right. Okay.
point.
Yeah. Okay.
You get me?
Yeah.
Let's go see if we can grab another 10.
Oh, okay. Those are pips, not dollars. Yeah.
Correct.
There it goes.
Oh, okay. 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 Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh, you know what? I'm going to close this.
Nice in dollars.
Yeah, slide this up to the shelf.
Ah, okay.
And I might just get my number here on this next candle.
that.
Oh, all right, let me adjust that. Okay, and get close order. And be patient.
Or split it. One of the two.
What's that?
Or split it.
Yeah, I tried. I could split it and just let it ride. Um,
But you're nearly there, aren't you, at the moment?
yeah, I know.
Sod's law says if you split it, it'll hit that line as soon as you
Nah,
do
well, you know what?
it. Ooh, so close.
There it is.
Yeah, that's just the spread. There we go.
There we go. Beautiful trade.
Yeah, I put it back to one because what I said was the one, and then I need to just manage it. That's the big key, is just to manage what I see, because I can see it. There's no question about that. I can clearly
Beautiful
see it.
trade.
This went right to R1. Boy, it did everything. This, I should say, annoys me. This is the one area I see in the last 2 weeks that I've been slipping on is on the management, because I can see the chart clearly. I can call the chart clearly.
Yeah.
But it's just in the management of it, pulling the trigger at the right time and then moving things along the way they should be. So we should have got some of that back. Yeah, we've got a 100. We got that little 50 loss, so we got about half of it back. This is 360. 360 minus 50 is 300. So we got 300 of the 500 back. So that's a good day.
Not bad for an hour and a half's work.
No, not at all. And we're getting our count back to normal again, and then we'll go back, and that's why I say this over and over and over. You can always recoup. And what was good about this was I was talking and trading, but I was, I guess, not talking about trading, because I think you overload your mind with information and details, whatever. Hey, Lynn, how you feeling? Yeah, you sound like you had frog for dinner last night. Oh, you did. Okay. What time do you want to go shopping? Oh, I would like to go before one. I have my support group at 1 o'clock. 10:30, 11. 11? Okay. Sorry, guys. That was my daughter. Okay, Ron is saying good trading. We should do that every day. Well, we can do that every day. It's just that just being human, you get distracted. It's just part of it, and I have to accept my humanness in this whole process. You know what I mean? I have to accept it and then see it and say, okay, this is where I made the mistake, and man up and then just admit the mistake and then go fix it. It's not complicated, but it's not always easy. And that 10 pip level was just the right amount to get out at. All right, so I won't be here tomorrow, as I mentioned, but we're 3 out of 4 for today with a tiny loss and nice winners. And again, the key here was just managing the trades properly. So 1, 2, 3, 4 trades, small loss, and all the winners were double the loss, which is where you like to see it. All right. And that's just from fixing an error that you find. That's the key, fixing an error and being honest about it. I didn't blame the broker. I didn't blame the spreads. And we had the same broker, same spreads, same other nonsense. But as I said, when you have a system that allows you to kind of work past all that, you've got an edge. Let me just take one more look to see if I can do a set and forget here anywhere. A set and forget's got to be like a super. No, it's no man's land. Euro we just did. There's no set and forget there. No. Oh boy. That's kind of tempting, but we're near our daily range here on Chef Yen, and it's got a fat spread, almost a 4 pip spread. I'll stay off of that. I did have the recording on, so that worked. So as I said last week, when I came back this week, I want to trade a bit more aggressive, a half lot, standard lot. I want to get back, the drawdown that occurred, and then go back into the looking at the daily trades and all that. So we're halfway through that. All right. Dollar yen. Oh no, nothing there. Dollar CAD. Oh shit. Okay. Well, we drew it, but didn't grab it. But that's okay. I don't mind missing that. That wasn't the point of today's work. That R2. There's no set and forget there. Aussie dollar. No man's land. Euro Aussie. That's no set and forget there. And by set and forget, I'm looking for like a super A setup. Like if I had something like this bounce off the 89 and then this candle, I'd put like a 20 pip stop and a 20 pip take profit, 10 pip stop, set it and walk away. But I don't see anything I particularly like. And the issue with this particular setup here is that this is where we may bounce. You follow me? We've got all these successive highs, even in these wicks, all went a little bit higher. So this may bounce and just continue to go long. And we got this big ugly wedge in here, so there's no set and forget in here.
And the Euro Swissy today would have been a great break if last Friday's high trade. Wow. And then it just up, 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 up.
I don't have Euro Swissy, do I?
I don't trade it myself, but
I don't see Euro Swissy. Am I just blind today? Oh, there it is, CHF. Oh yeah, well, it's not a pair that we usually look at, but that would have been a great setup today.
yeah.
Yeah, it would have been a nice
I guess,
setup.
let's see the high. Wow, what was the highest?
The other thing with Euro Swissy too, why we probably would not have looked at it is that it's got a tiny daily range.
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah,
But
it's like
you
Euro
look at
Pound. It's very reliable, but not many pips.
um, the last 2 days has just been on a tear, though. In fact, it's been on a tear since about 12 days ago. Once we broke that those highs around 105.60.
Well, this has been on a rip since right in here since August 3rd or so. It's been I have to keep an eye on it. It's going to turn around at some point, but it has had some nice consistency on the long term.
Yeah, you know, and I haven't touched that pair in 3 or 4 years since they controlled it way back when.
Okay. Well, we accomplished what we wanted to do today. Oh, here's a nice bounce. And what's the pullback from here to there? About 25 pips. Let me look at the H4. H4 still could go a little bit higher. Finish this candle out. I like that bounce though. Let me see where this is on a 5-minute chart. Oh, it's pound dollar. It's the same pair. Okay, so yeah, but generally when you get one good looking chart, a lot of the rest of the charts tend to look pretty good. That's exactly where we are right now. Bouncing off of the 89 on the, what was that, 4-hour chart. Okay, well, this job is done so far for today, so I'm going to just stop and not give anything back. But it was a good day, and we got our 10 pips plus 3 times, which is what our goal is. I need to do that 2 or 3 more times, before Friday, and we should be okay. All right, this is set, and I'll render this, and then I'll load the Friday one, the non-farms, and we'll pick this up again Wednesday. All right?
Very good.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot, and I will talk to you Wednesday.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yep, be well.